Events was my sophomore year. I had the Wildcat. My second year in college, I had the Wildcat, which was ended up being my redshirt freshman year. And then that next year, I got kicked off the team.
Is that all she got? No, the frog squats, the froggy leap squats.
I always respect someone that's willing to get to work.
A future NFL Hall of Famer once sat in a tiny cubicle, making just $8 an hour, getting screamed at by strangers over the phone about healthcare. That man? Travis Kelce. And his journey to becoming one of the most dominant tight ends in football history is absolutely insane. We're talking about a guy who got kicked off his college team, begged for a second chance he didn't deserve, starred on a reality dating show, threw one of the worst passes you'll ever see in the NFL, and somehow turned all that chaos into greatness. But here's the crazy part most people don't know. Travis Kelce never even wanted to be a tight end. He wanted to be a quarterback. And honestly, he was really good at it. Growing up in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, Kelce wasn't just another athlete trying different positions. He was obsessed with playing QB. This wasn't casual. This was his identity. By his senior year, he was dominating defenses in the Lake Erie League like a superstar in the making. His stats were ridiculous. Over 2,500 total yards, 1,323 passing yards, 21 passing touchdowns, over 1,000 rushing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. A true dual-threat weapon. In his mind, the future was simple. He was going to the next level, as a quarterback. Then came the offer from the University of Cincinnati, and they said exactly what he wanted to hear. You'll get your shot at QB. That was it. Deal sealed. Kelce packed his bags, believing he was on his way to leading a college offense and eventually making it to the NFL as a signal caller. After redshirting his first year, Kelce finally saw the field. Kind of. He was used as a wildcat quarterback, a limited role where he only touched the ball 8 times. He rushed for 47 yards and scored 2 touchdowns, but never attempted a single pass. Still, behind the scenes, it was a completely different story. In practice, Kelce was putting on a show. One of his former teammates described it perfectly. It was Travis's world back there. Whatever he wanted to do, he did, and it worked. His raw talent was undeniable. Everyone believed his breakout moment was coming. But then, everything fell apart. Before his sophomore season even began, Travis Kelce was kicked off the team. The reason? He failed a drug test for marijuana. Just like that. His dream, his momentum, his future as a quarterback, gone. And at that moment, it looked like the story of Travis Kelce was already over.
Events was my sophomore year. I had the Wildcat. My second year in college, I had the Wildcat, which was ended up being my redshirt freshman year. And then that next year, I got kicked off the team.
Just like that. Everything he had worked for, every dream he'd chased since he was a kid, was hanging by a thread so thin it was practically invisible. The coaching staff? Done with him. The program? Ready to move on. And Travis Kelce, one of the most explosive athletes on the field, was suddenly staring at a future without football. It felt like the story was ending before it ever really began. No second chances, no comeback, no redemption. Just over. But then, Jason Kelce stepped in. His older brother, his protector, his last hope. At the time, Jason wasn't just another player. He was a senior, a leader, a voice the entire program respected. And when he saw his little brother's career collapsing in real time, he didn't hesitate. He didn't stay quiet. He didn't let things play out. He took action. Jason walked straight into meetings with the coaching staff, face to face with the people ready to cut Travis loose, and he put everything on the line. His reputation, his credibility, his leadership, all of it. He didn't make excuses. He made a promise. He told them, give him one more chance, and I'll take responsibility. He vouched for Travis. He stood between him and the end of his career. And in that moment, Travis Kelce wasn't saved by talent. He was saved by his brother.
When I got kicked off the team, that year was my brother's senior year. The entire offseason, he was begging the coaches to give me another chance, set a list of things that I had to accomplish to be able to reap the benefit of playing football at the University of Cincinnati.
And Jason wasn't just talking. He proved it every single day. This wasn't some empty promise to save his brother's career. Jason turned words into action, real action. He put a second bed in his own room so Travis would sleep right next to him every night. No excuses, no late nights, no bad influences, no chances to mess it all up again. Jason didn't just support his brother. He took control of the situation. He became Travis's accountability, his structure, his safety net, his last line of defense. This was bigger than football now. This was about saving a life path that was seconds away from disappearing. And the coaching staff saw it. The university saw it. They saw a brother willing to risk everything just to give another brother one more shot. So instead of ending Travis Kelce's career, they gave him a lifeline. Not a free pass, but a second chance. His punishment was reduced from being completely dismissed to a 1-year suspension. Still painful, still a consequence, but most importantly, not the end. And Travis knew exactly what that meant. He knew this wasn't luck, this wasn't talent, this was his brother. Years later, when he looked back on that moment, Travis didn't talk about stats. He didn't talk about football. He talked about Jason. He said he owes his brother more than he can ever explain, for putting his name on the line, for standing in the fire for him, for giving him the chance to finish what he started at Cincinnati. And according to Travis, it's something he cherishes so deeply that it's almost impossible to put into words.
Philadelphia has been a blessing for me to come here. I think I fit in really well, not just with the organization and the team, but with the fan base. And I'm very grateful to have been able to play here and to insert myself into Philadelphia and my family.
But during that year away from football, reality hit hard. Travis Kelce still had to survive. He had to eat, he had bills, and suddenly, the life he had always known, football, freedom, the field, was gone. So the kid who had spent his entire life running routes, throwing passes, and making plays ended up somewhere he never imagined, sitting in a cramped cubicle at a telemarketing company, making just $8 an hour, calling strangers about healthcare policy. Let that sink in. A future, multi-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, NFL All-Decade team member was getting yelled at by random people on the phone every single day. People furious, people hanging up, people blaming him for things he had nothing to do with. And for Travis, it broke something inside him. He later admitted he had never lived like that before. His entire life had been movement, energy, competition, being outside, being free. Now he was stuck, sitting still, in silence, in a box. And he made one thing very clear. He wasn't disrespecting anyone who works a 9-to-5 job, not at all. But deep down, he knew this wasn't his life. This wasn't who he was meant to be. And that cubicle, that tiny, suffocating space, it became something powerful. It became his wake-up call, his motivation, his turning point. Because every second he spent there was a reminder of what happens when you lose your chance, and he refused to let that be his story. But before Travis could rise, there was already someone in the family showing him the way. Jason Kelce, his older brother, the one who saved his career, was now building a legacy of his own. In 2011, Jason was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 6th round, 191st overall. Not a superstar pick, not a headline name, but from day one, he proved everyone wrong. Jason became the first rookie center in Eagles history to start all 16 games. Think about that. No easing in, no waiting, just thrown straight into the fire, and he delivered. Over the years, he didn't just become good, he became legendary in Philadelphia, a fan favorite, a locker room leader, a symbol of toughness and heart. He played a massive role in the Eagles winning their first Super Bowl at Super Bowl LII. And during an incredible 5-year stretch from 2017 to 2021, Jason Kelce was named first team All-Pro 4 times. While Travis was trying to rebuild his life, Jason was proving exactly what was possible. And whether Travis realized it or not, the blueprint was already there, from rock bottom to greatness.
Is that all she got? No, the frog squats, the froggy leap squats.
I always respect someone that's willing to get a workout in.
Feeling like a name on myself.
caught the bouquet at my sister's wedding last weekend. It's meant to be that I'm here right now.
I hear you. That
I feel like this is a sign.
You a lot right there.
This is a sign.
And Jason didn't just stop at being great. He became elite. Over the course of his career, he earned 5 Pro Bowl selections. But more importantly, he showed the world what greatness actually looks like at the highest level. He didn't just save his brother's career in college, he built the blueprint. And Travis, he followed it perfectly. In the 2013 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs made their move. They selected Travis Kelce in the 3rd round, 63rd overall. Not a top pick, not a guaranteed star, but that wouldn't matter for long. Because once Travis stepped onto an NFL field, everything changed. It didn't take long for him to become one of the most dangerous weapons in football. Too fast for linebackers, too strong for defensive backs, too smart to be stopped. He wasn't just playing tight end, he was redefining it. But here's where the story takes a wild turn, because football wasn't the only thing putting Travis Kelce in the spotlight. In 2016, at the peak of his rising fame, he did something nobody saw coming. He starred in his own reality dating show, Catching Kelce. Yeah, seriously. Think of it like a sports version of a classic romance competition, but bigger, crazier, and way more chaotic. 50 women from all across the country, all competing for one thing, his heart. And the format? Pure madness. Each contestant had just 60 seconds, 1 minute, to make an unforgettable first impression. No pressure, right? From there, Travis cut the group down to 20, making decisions in real time, trusting his instincts, and navigating a completely different kind of competition. Because now, it wasn't about touchdowns, it was about connection. And somehow, just like on the field, Travis Kelce found a way to stand out.
Appreciate the opportunity of playing football again at the University of Cincinnati, and I'm forever thankful for that conversation. I mean, it took a lot of guts for him to be able to go in there and put his name on the line for myself.
From there, it became a weekly roller coaster. Dates, eliminations, drama, until finally, Travis Kelce made his choice, a woman named Maya Benberry. For a moment, it felt like a fairy tale, but real life doesn't follow scripts. Just a few months after the finale aired, it was over. They went their separate ways. But here's the thing, that boldness, that willingness to take risks in front of the entire world, that wasn't just for TV. That same fearless energy, it showed up in the biggest moments on the field, like one of the most iconic plays in recent NFL history. During a playoff battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City was down, just seconds left, season on the line. The coaches called a safe play, something controlled, something predictable. But Kelce, he saw something different. He walked up to Patrick Mahomes and said, "Trust me, I see the opening." He didn't follow the play. He rewrote it on the spot. And Mahomes, he trusted him. Ball snapped, Kelce takes off, finds the exact soft spot he predicted, and boom, a clutch 25-yard catch. Just like that, game saved, season alive. That moment, that's the difference between great and legendary. But not every bold move went perfectly, because deep down, Travis Kelce never stopped being that kid who dreamed of playing quarterback. And in 2017, he got his chance. Against the New York Giants, a trick play was called. He catches the ball, steps back, sees the field. This is it, the moment he'd imagined his entire life. He launches it, a beautiful spiral, 50+ yards, perfect form. There was just one problem. It landed right in the hands of defender Landon Collins. Interception. After years of dreaming about that exact moment, his first NFL pass was picked off. You almost have to laugh, but that's not what defines him, not even close, because what does define Travis Kelce is dominance. We're talking about numbers that don't even look real. Fastest tight end to 6,000 yards, fastest to 8,000, fastest to 9,000, 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons, a record. In 2020, he broke the single-season record for a tight end, 1,416 receiving yards, multiple 100+ reception seasons, something no tight end had ever done before. And he kept going, still in his prime, still unstoppable. The awards followed, multiple Pro Bowls, multiple All-Pro selections, and then immortality.
He was named to the NFL's All-Decade team for the 2010s, alongside legends like Rob Gronkowski. And here's the crazy part. He didn't even play the full decade. That's how dominant he was. But if you ask Travis Kelce, the most important part of his story isn't football, it's impact. In 2015, he launched his foundation, 87 and Running, named after his jersey, inspired by his life. Growing up, he saw it firsthand. Friends without support, without structure, without opportunity. So he built something to change that. The foundation focuses on education, mentorship, business and career growth, sports, STEM, the arts, giving kids a real shot at a better future. Because to him, talent isn't enough. Opportunity matters. And when you step back, look at the full picture, this isn't just a football story. This is a transformation. From a kid who lost everything to a man who built it all back and more. From a failed drug test, a dark cubicle job, a broken path, to one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history. And through all of it, the chaos, the mistakes, the comeback, the legacy, there was one constant: Jason Kelce, the brother who believed when nobody else did.